Good morning. This is Dr. Mary Lynn Noble, also known as Dr. Mary and Mary Joya, and we are bringing you a presentation today of Jeshua ben Joseph, also known as Jesus the Christ, and I'm going to be channeling him. And so we wish you a blessed, wonderful day, and here we go. Just give us a minute here. Greetings, this is Jeshua ben Joseph. That is my preferred name that I used. I was called by that. It's my Aramaic name that I used 2,000 years ago. But you can call me Jesus the Christ or any other names, but that is my preferred name. And I'm speaking today through my messenger, Mary Lynn Noble, also known as Mary Joya, who has been with me on this journey since 1969, when I appeared to her in a public place where there were no other people and told her she would one day study A Course in Miracles. Well, she followed up on that, and together we created A Course in Miracles study guide and a cartoon book of little characters that we all have within us that are kind of fun. And so this is the Joyful Jesus quantum presentation. I want to be known as joyful because most of you are way too serious. So the discourse today will be on exaltation and on truth. So exaltation means great bliss, great joy. Mary Noble is a joyologist, and she became that a few years ago when she was really depressed at one point for a long time. And so she asked within what to do, and Source said, create a list of all the things that are joyful to you, and then put them on a list and check them off every day. So she did this for a year and a half, and guess what? She wasn't depressed anymore. And she averaged doing 15 to 20 items a day. Her list was like 25 items. So that's a good practice that you can do. And we do encourage various practices, which are actually alchemies. Alchemy originally meant turning lead into gold, and Saint Germain and other masters did that back in the Middle Ages in Europe. However, this is a mental or emotional, spiritual alchemy that we present in our teachings. This is the 34th video that we have done, and the others are on YouTube, available at Mary Lynn Noble, A Course in Miracles Study Guide, year-long course. Anyway, we need a shorter name maybe. So thank you for joining us today. And a second practice I want to mention is the principle of yes. So my name is Jeshua, spelled Y-E-S-H-U-A. And if you take the word yes and say it 100 or 1,000 times a day, guess what? You will have an alchemical change in your consciousness, which is your awareness. And whether you have poverty consciousness or wealth consciousness, it has to do with the yes principle. So say yes, 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 and be excited about your projects and your career goals and your family meetings and greetings and eatings. That's what we used to do back in my day 2,000 years ago. We first had the teachings, and then we had the meetings and greetings of all the people, and then we had the eatings. So we had great food and celebration, and also there was a lot of dancing. Anyway, I am the present day Jeshua. I am the 2024 Jesus the Christ, not the one of 2,000 years ago. So that's why we're doing quantum processes, quantum teachings, which are also known as the totality field. So if you could put your arms above you and take them in a circle around to your side. That is your auric field. That is your present level of consciousness. So there's a saying, who you are speaks louder than any words. So that's your consciousness that speaks and that other people feel. Some are more sensitive than others. But this is your auric field or your totality field or your quantum field. So what we want to do now is a little exercise where you imagine way above you. You can put your feet on the floor, close your eyes or whatever. And imagine way above you is the sun for this earth, for Gaia. And behind that physical sun is the spiritual sun. It's called the Great Central Sun. And that is where we're going to do a spiritual technique of bringing down a ray of golden white light. And it's about 1 inch in diameter. Bring that light down, down, down. See it coming down, glowing gold and white with sparkly gold particles in it. That is called your hara line, or your connection to source, one way of connecting to source. So see the light coming down to the top of your head. And as it reaches the top of your head, that is your pituitary gland. So many of you are working toward your enlightenment, your atonement, your one-ment with source. And this is the most powerful way you can do, one of the most powerful ways you can do this. So in your pituitary gland, we want you to install what is called the 952 52nd hertz frequency. That is a frequency of the quantum field. It is a very fast way to expand your consciousness and your feeling of joy and wealth and exaltation, as we have talked about here in this discourse today. And so 952 is the frequency of your divinity, of your highest self. And then go down, bring the hara line down to your third eye, and that in that third eye, that's the pineal gland. That's where your silver cord connects you to source when you were born. The silver cord is connected inside here. The pineal and pituitary gland are close together. And in between the pituitary and the pineal gland is a part of your anatomy that scientists have not found yet. It's called the lifetronic switch. So if some of you or all of you, whoever is listening to this, want to become younger and you don't want to get old, diseased, die, and have people come to your funeral and all that stuff, it is possible, and what we are teaching are the alchemies of physical immortality. So Dr. Mary is writing a book about this. It's mostly written, same with the Course in Miracles study guide. And these are alchemical practices that will enhance your life very greatly, whether you're heavy on the spiritual path or not. And so the lifetronic switch, in most of you, some 90-some percent, 95, 99% is turned off. So what you want to do is see this like a little switch in the center of your brain and put your tongue inside your mouth, tongue up into the top of roof of your mouth, and press really hard for about a minute. And you should do this practice for once a day for about a week. And so as you push hard on the top of your roof of your mouth, see the lifetronic switch moving from off to on. And this will turn you on, so to speak, in a matter of speaking. And then we want to go a little, while you're in that area, in the pituitary gland, we want to install the 432nd frequency. The Hertz frequency on the Schumann resonance scale is very, very important. There are scientists who are measuring that frequency every day, and it has been rising, which is a good sign. The consciousness of the earth is up-leveling. It's becoming more spiritual, more peaceful, because there's so much anger, rage, hate on this planet. It is just devastating. When I came to this planet to teach and do my to do my teachings. I was called here because I had a great vast background in many other places and times, and a call went out to many universes for a teacher who would come and bring light and love to planet Earth, because it was known as the planet of suffering. And too many humans are suffering. It is not right. It's not correct. And so all of our messages, like I said, this is the 34th message that we have done. They're usually about 25 minutes in length. And so we want to bring to you the awareness that you can change, you can grow. If you want wealth, you want health, and you want happiness, that's what Dr. Mary works with in her counseling, therapy, and life coaching practice. Health, wealth, and happiness. Can it get any better than that? Anyway, so, and she has a saying, when was the last time that you couldn't wait to get out of bed? You just jumped out of bed because you were so excited about your life, your passions, doing what you love to do. And so that's what her coaching practice is about. But anyway, and that's what these messages are about, is to become all that you can be, short of joining the Army or the Navy. Anyway, so when you have the 432nd frequency, hertz frequency, see it installed. You could do this for a week also. Both of 952, the general quantum totality field frequency, and the 432, which is the principle of abundance. So if you want greater wealth, this is the one to use, to install. See it installed in your mind, in your brain, and it will bring about many, many wonders if you will only allow it. So then the horror line, we bring it down in our practices, bring it down through your throat so that you speak only words of love, light, and joy, and no sailor or potty mouth, folks. And then we prefer that. Then see that horror line, the golden white light particles. These are called adamantine particles or lifetronic particles. And they come from, again, the great central sun. And they flow into your body. They will help heal it. They will help you have greater health, wealth, and happiness. Then take the horror line down into your heart. Your heart is the center of has at the center of it your thymus gland. Your thymus gland is what's in charge of your youth. So when a child reaches the age of puberty in their teenage years, and before they finish high school, that thymus gland was big. It was the size of basically a walnut, but it starts to atrophy and shrivel up and shrink. And as it shrinks, you get older and older and older and start to age. So even at the age of 18, you're starting to age, unless you work with thymus glands. So we encourage you to do about 20 taps a day on your thymus gland and to wake it up, and to see it waking up. And as you do, it will get larger. And if you apply these ideas and you practice these ideas, don't just listen and walk away once. You could listen to this over and over because it's full of wisdom, truth, love, and light that we want you to be filled with. Because as you make the choice every second of every minute of every hour of every day to stay in this now moment, that which you are feeling goes out. It's projected out into the whole earth, into the whole universe. You are that powerful. But if you're going around saying, oh, woe is me, oh, I don't have any money, oh, I have to work so hard, oh, I don't have the right relationship, I'll never find my true love, and all of that, the anger on the road, the rageaholism on some of the people driving, and texting and working on their cell phone and so forth, and the rage and the anger goes out into all the universe. No wonder the people on earth are suffering. But you can change this. You can make a difference on this planet, Terra, Gaia, Mother Earth. And so as you see the horror line then go down into your heart, it's good to put both of your hands over your heart as many times of the day as possible, even one hand, because then that gets you heart-centered, what we call your heart mind. Your mind, the Course in Miracles talks about the big M mind. That's your God mind, your goddess mind, the Sophia Christ consciousness of the holy divine feminine that I am working with to bring forth on the planet. Because the patriarchy has ruined this planet, I'm sorry to say. The 1% owns 99% of the wealth. That is not right. It is not fair. So what we encourage then is you increase your wealth consciousness. You project out peace and love and light to all the humans on the earth. That's a good meditation to do, another practice at night before you go to sleep. So you forgive yourself. What we call the LAF principle: love, accept, and forgive. So love yourself and others the best you can, unconditionally. Accept, same way, self and others. Forgive self and others before you go to sleep. If you do this every night for a week or a month, your life will change. We promise you. And then, above all, don't forget to laugh. So here we are, Mary and Jeshua as a team, bringing forth these alchemies of divine growth, greater wisdom, greater love. But we want you to not just swallow everything we're saying, hook, line, and sinker. We want you to go within your own heart. And this is called gnosis, Gnosis. And this is your own inner wisdom. See if it resonates. If it does, do it. If it doesn't, let it go. It's not meant for you. And that's very simple. But your inner gnosis will tell you what is truth and what is not, especially when you work with it. And you listen twice as much as you speak. So we want to close today with a message of hope, love, and light. And remember, exaltation. Exaltation is bliss. It is ecstasy. It is delightfulness. Your life can be that way. Mary Joya it works in her coaching with the ideas of health, wealth, and happiness. She has wealth and happiness. She has her true love, her twin soul, which she found at the age of 73. And now she's 75. But hopefully she doesn't look like that, because she's working with these physical immortality exercises. And her teacher in the physical immortality, in the book that she has co-written, is written with Princess Charula of another realm. We won't go into that at this point in time. But Charula is 300 years of age, and she looks like she's 30. And she's changed her appearance twice since we have been working with her. So it is possible. And the older you are, quotes, when you start these alchemies of physical immortality, the longer it will take to become younger. But it's not impossible. And you could even change your height, you could change your weight, you could change the color of your eyes. All of these things are possible. With God, Goddess, all that is, Mother, Father, God, all things are indeed possible. Only first have faith, believe, trust, but verify by doing these practices. And so we bid you adieu for now. This is Jeshua, over and out.